Welcome to the press conference for the final of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Here in Riga, we have Coach Petrovic and the TISO MVP Bruno Caboclo with us. So if I could ask you first, Coach, if you just your immediate reactions to qualifying for Paris.
First of all, I'm going to back exactly 3 years. I was the head coach, national head coach of Brazil on the end of the 4 years contract, and we play pre-Olympic tournament in Split. And on the first 3 games in the group, we didn't suffer at all. We won all 3 games by 30 points difference. And suddenly came and play final game against Germany, and we, in a stress situation, we didn't, find a way to win that pre-Olympic tournament. And right now, 3 years later, 2 months ago, the people from Basketball Federation called me to help them to play this pre-Olympic tournament. I accept because I knew all these players. And this tournament was completely different. Can you imagine? Right now we are here with tickets to Paris. And after 20 minutes against Cameroon, we were in our way back to home because we were losing the game much more that we needed in that moment. So that roller coaster of the emotions is something unbelievable. But surviving that difficult moment, that 10 minutes of the second quarter against Cameroon, we grow up as a person, as a coach, as a coaches, as a unit team. And after that, for us was everything, well prepared, and we exactly find the way how to win this tournament. Because suffering, today we came well prepared. As you know, we play also preseason games against Croatia, who right now is fighting with Greece. We have tough preseason. We didn't choose play against easy opponents, against Egypt, Iraq, Iran, to beat by 30 that everybody's happy around me. No, we play tough games. And the key success was that when we play, and we lost against Slovenia in front of 13,000 people, it was the same atmosphere it was today. But we played perfectly, I will say, whole match. But what Brazil played in the first 10 minutes was aula of the basketball game. So my congrats to all the players, to coaching staff who 3 last night didn't sleep at all. They make a huge job preparing the game, and you will see yesterday reaction. The team playing against the team who until that scored 90 points per game. I'm talking about Philippines. Against us, they scored 60. Talking about that Brazil today beat 6th ranking team in FIBA world rankings. And also for me is the great honor. I was, returning from retirement to be here to beat the coach who was voted the best coach of the world last World Championship. So once again, it's a great success for whole country, for federation, and especially for this group of the players. The game, it's easier. We score 8 3-point shots in the first, and what we can say about the game. Everything was smooth today. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Bruno, before we get some questions, how does it feel going to Paris?
I can imagine it. I still cannot find feelings to explain this, and I'm so excited. I cannot explain.
I'm so sorry that Bruno needs to exchange the plans because he has some other plans for the end of the July, but right now he needs to change his plans.
You're happy to change the plans, I'm sure.
So happy. This is a better plan than I could imagine it.
Okay, well, questions in English to start off with, and then you can ask your questions in Portuguese.
Christian Zilan, sportssense.com. Hello, Coach. Hello, Bruno. Congrats on the win and best of luck in Paris. A question to Bruno. In Paris, you will be playing in the group with France, Japan, and Germany, and you'll be going up against generational talent in the name of Victor Wembanyama. How looking forward to that matchup are you? And yeah, basically that's it. That's the question. What do you expect from the matchup?
I'm excited. I never look down for no players. I like those challenge. I have played against Victor when he was younger in France. He's an amazing player. I don't know how much better he is right now. I've been watching, but I'm excited. We're gonna make a game plan, and go and do our best.
We already have the game plan. No. Don't. We already before the game against Latvia because we gave today too many informations regarding Latvian teams, individuals, collective, and we were prepared everything. How many points the Bertrand score? I think 0, or maybe make one 3-point shot. We prepare for everything. But before we go to the warm-up, I need to cut a little bit, that pressure what you feel when you enter. So I usually where they have the stats of the opponents, the key idea how to attack. I just wrote 2 things. 17th of July, all the team is going to be all together in my birth town in Zagreb, starting next round of the preparation. And 18, we have a first practice at 11 o'clock in the morning. That was my message before the game. And suddenly suppose that it cut, pressure from our players because it was unbelievable how we play, how we starting to play.
In the front here, please.
First of all, congrats, Coach Mindaugas Bertys, basketnews.com. You talked in length about that period 3 years ago when you coached the team in the OQT in Croatia. And at that time, at that time you were highly criticized by the local media for supposedly losing the locker room. Now you're through to the Olympic Games. How good does it feel to deny all those critics?
How I can lose? No, that was, but how can I lose feeling with my players? Because all these guys, Bruno knows how many times we met each other in United States when it was some kind of problem. All these guys, like Didi, like Guy Santos, like Iago, they were guys what I pick up them when they have 16, 17 or 18 years old. And me as a father, I think that I can say something about my players. I was a little bit, in that moment, how to say, unhappy because we didn't have all them together. This time, we have all these young kids together, and you saw performance defensive, what Brazil can achieve with them. That was what missing in that game, but I didn't lose my friendship with the players, connection with all of them. I called them immediately when I was announcement as that pre-Olympic tournament coach because I was already retired, and immediately all the players say yes, we are going to come. So there is no bad mood between us 3 years ago.
In the middle there, yeah.
Another one to Bruno. Last year when you played against Latvia in the World Cup, you got into foul trouble, so that basically made you play less. This time I think you received your 3rd personal foul early in the 3rd quarter. How do you manage to stay out of foul trouble?
I've been having a lot of experience with that, even the teams I've been playing with. Some teams, they try to make me get in foul trouble because maybe I make a lot of impact on the court. And I'm being able to deal with that and change and control myself on the fouls. Even if some players, they score, at least it's not a foul on me, and I'm able to be available for the coach and still play the game and follow their rules.
There is one strategic thing is what we make, When we would like to avoid a lot of traffic around Bruno, and that was the problem against Cameroon. We have all the cuts, all the rebounding, but right now, if you saw the game against Philippines and today, we don't have, we cut any penetration, we cut on the beginning, so it was not so hard to him to, to avoid to receive the fouls. No, I'm talking, when the traffic is going to come on you deeply and after you need to block the shots, when you need to every single time block the shots, supposed to be the contacts. And even it wasn't his 3rd foul. You know, but because the referee, he saw on that he didn't make a foul, but he cannot exchange his decision. So he received the third, but it wasn't.
Any other questions in English? Before we have the question in Portuguese, Bruno, can I ask you what's the impact of having people like Tiago Splitter on the bench in terms of the way to help you to be a player at this level?
Sorry, can you?
So you have
Meaning the importance of Tiago, importation, the role of Tiago Splitter.
Thiago Splitter. It's a great importance. I think we need somebody like him on the team. Thiago Splitter, he played with the Spurs, and he being coached by one of the best coaches in the world. And him able to be with us, and it teaches us that, give that confidence. I think it passes to us, and we are able to carry on the court. I think we got so much better defensively, and he is a person that he says the truth in your face. So we gotta deal with it and fight and get better every day.
Thank you. Your questions in Portuguese?
José Pereira, pelo Café Belgrado. Fazer uma pergunta para cada. E primeiro, mais uma vez, parabenizá-los pela conquista. Coach Petrovic, eu queria saber exatamente como foi tomar a decisão de, assim que o Bruno teve a terceira falta, que você já comentou, jogar no small ball, já que o Felício havia entrado no segundo, quarto e hoje não foi tão bem. E você sempre comentou assim da importância de você entrar e conseguir desempenhar, senão não tem muita margem de erro. E para o Bruno, exatamente eu queria saber como é que foi a diferença assim, das sensações de split para hoje, principalmente assim, por exemplo, no domingo de manhã, antes de entrar em quadra, qual foi a diferença assim que fez vocês tomarem essa atitude e lograrem um resultado com muito êxito?
I think the preparation for a preparação para o jogo de hoje, eu comecei ontem. Depois do jogo da Filipinas, eu já comecei a focar no meu descanso e para estar o melhor hoje. E eu acho que desde do shoot-around de manhã e antes do jogo, a cabeça boa, fazendo a rotina que eu sempre faço todos os jogos. E as faltas, quando eu fiz a terceira falta, eu estava sentindo que eu podia ficar um pouquinho mais na quadra, mas pela diferença de pontos, eu achei melhor ficar um pouco fora para ver o que poderia acontecer. Então, foi isso. Eles me perguntaram se eu queria sair ou não, e eu decidi que sim, e eu acho que foi uma decisão boa.
Eu não tenho ninguém problema quando o jogador recebe duas faltas rápidas em primeiros minutos. Em caso que eu vejo que não está ansioso, lo deixo a jogar, e neste momento Brasil jogava um ótimo basquete e não tinha não é nenhuma arriesgada situação deixar ele ou como outro, porque sabemos que já tomamos toda a vantagem que temos contra a Letônia. Obrigado e vamos a beber algo.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Coach, and congratulations. Okay, we'll start the second half of the press conference for the final of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament here in Riga. We have Coach Banchi and Darius Bertans, the captain of Latvia, with us. Coach, if I could ask you for your reactions to the game. You want to go with Darius first? Okay. So, Darius, if we could ask you, Darius, your reactions to the game.
Yes, first of all, congratulations to Team Brazil. Today they were a better team and they deserve to win. Second of all, thanks to our amazing fans. Despite this kind of loss, at the end of the game, they stay in the arena, they stand, they cheer Latvia. That's something unbelievable, and I'm really proud of them. Third, I want to thank all my teammates because also, despite the score, everybody who stepped on the court gave everything, and I mean, I'm really proud of all of them. And the fourth thing, I mean, now this is going to show what we're made of, because it's easy to be a good team when you're winning, everything is going your way, and now after this disappointing loss, we're gonna see who we are, thinking and looking into the future about the next European Championship.
Do we have any questions for Darius? Yes.
Kristians Zilants, sportcents.com. Dairi, tā kā mums nebija iespēja daudzus no jums izjautāt, prasīšu tev kā komandas kapteinim.
At this point, yeah, sorry. Do you want to start again?
Darius, José Pereira, Café Belgrado. What do you think was the main difference between the game for today and the game of the last World Cup to see that result happens?
I don't know, the game was totally different, although the teams hadn't really changed so much, but I think the dynamic of our team in that tournament was really going up, and we were caught in that moment. And today it was quite opposite, and Team Brazil, they just played freely. They just played their basketball. They enjoyed, and I think we were worried too much about also everything else going on, and we weren't really playing our game.
Yep.
Hello, there is Cesare Minanti FIBA. As you said, I mean, it's easy, to go on your way when you guys are winning, what you showed last year at the World Cup. But can you elaborate on what can happen for you guys from tomorrow on? What's the biggest lesson you could learn from this tournament in Riga?
Well, first of all, I hope that this will serve us as a lesson, also the game against Philippines and today that first of all, we cannot play soft, we cannot play separately, like everything we achieved as a team. We were always the hardest working team on the court. We always played as a team on offense, sharing the ball, maybe sometimes even too much, but that was our, and that still is our identity, and that's how we want to play. And unfortunately, I can't say that today I saw a lot of that,
Okay, if you want to take a question in Latvian, and we can allow Darius to go.
Dairi, tā kā mums nebija iespēja ar daudziem no jums runāt pēc spēles, prasīšu tev kā komandas kapteinim, vai tavuprāt kādam spēlētājiem šī iespējams bija pēdējā spēle Latvijas izlasē?
Es varu atbildēt tikai par sevi. Nē, ja man aicinās, es spēlēšu, par citiem man nav informācijas un tiešām es nezinu, katrā ziņā nav pagaidām bijušas nekādas indikācijas, ka kāds varētu teikt, kad ir nospēlējis pēdējo spēli, bet es tiešām nevaru tādā ziņā katrā ielīst iekšā, tas lai paliek uz katra paša.
Sports.com Dairi, vai šajā turnīrā bija kāds cilvēks komandā, kas centās noņemt spiedienu, vai tas izdevās vai nē?
Kā runāt par spiedienu, es jūs tā kā visi apkārt runā par spiedienu, žurnālisti, cilvēki, skatītāji, bet vai es varētu teikt, ka komandas iekšienē pirms kādas spēles bija spiediens vai arī šodien, vai es tā nevaru pateikt. Es neesmu pārliecināts, ka tam visam ir sakars ar spiedienu, jo, būsim godīgi, spiediens mēs spēlējam savā mājās, savās mājās, savā arēnā. Atmosfēra ir lieliska, tas ir tas labākais, kas var būt. Izbaudīt spēli, izbaudīt basketbolu, un tas ir tas, ko mēs centāmies darīt. Atbrīvotības sajūta. Atbrīvotības sajūta iespējams pietrūk, jo, ja salīdzina abas komandas uz laukumu, tad Brazīlija noteikti spēlē daudz brīvāk.
Okay. Darius, if you would like to leave, that's fine. You can stay by all means. But okay. Coach, can just an opening statement about the game and the loss?
Not a lot to add. Let's say Brazil played an incredible game. I believe they scored 9 out of 10 or 9 3-point in a row to enter the game. They imposed from the beginning their size, their physicality. We were expecting such a kind of stress on the court. I use the very few hours who divide our end of the game with Cameroon, with this final game, with Brazil trying to recover energy as much as possible, preparing the team as best as possible. Of course, there was incredible desire from everybody to complete such an important path. Not to forget that if today we are here to comment the last game before to go Olympics, is because what the guys did in the last 3 years is something incredible. Actually, Latvia is number 6 in world ranking, and that's another point to keep in mind. When I saw the way the other team arrived in Riga and how they approach our team, that proved what level we achieved, that actually our team is considered one of the top teams. We are the only European team who survived after the first round of this tournament. We did incredible effort with an athletic team like Cameroon to arrive in the final. Unfortunately, tonight we face the reality of Brazil, who played a very inspired game. We were not at the same level of energy and aggressiveness that we show in a game like Georgia and Cameroon, but we have to be honest. Brazil has the talent, but of course my mind is going back at the World Cup, what we did, beating teams like Spain, France, Brazil, Lithuania, Italy, proved that we made something special. That's why I'm very proud of all the guys, all the staff, all the people, and of course very proud of our community, how much the country, the entire country pushed this team. I'm very sorry and disappointed that we weren't able to give them one more opportunity to celebrate something amazing. But we never stop to believe, to fight, to compete, even in such a hard day like today, where we realize that was difficult. We try to continue to find a way to stay on a court and one more time make our fans proud of us. It's a matter to use this tournament who show a part of us, because of course that this is one of our pictures. We will work to improve, to be ready, because still we have in front important appointments. And if 3 years ago Team Latvia was just a Cinderella or an underdog, now we have the credit, but also the honor to be considered a top team in Europe and in the world. So keep your head up, celebrate your players who are doing an amazing job, and let's hope to give you again emotions who can help the country and the basketball community to live again some special day as we had also during this tournament, where every time we played, the arena was sold out, was packed, the enthusiasm amazing, and the desire to make them happy the same. But unfortunately, tonight Brazil was better than us.
Question at the front here.
Hello, Coach. Last year at the World Cup, after I think it was the game against Italy, you said that these guys, that this team was were all role models for the community, for the kids watching the games in Latvia. After probably naturally the lowest point of this 3-year span, how can these guys still be role models, and which lessons could they give to the community and could they give themselves? Thank you.
Okay, let's say we lost the final. The lowest, okay, because probably we won almost every game, you mean? But still, this is a successful moment of Latvian basketball. You know, it's the arena is always packed. The people burned the tickets in few hours. Yesterday, as soon as the game finished, they told me that the arena was sold out. Define this the lowest moment, maybe sounds disrespectful a little bit, my opinion, for the players and for what they did. Of course, it's a disappointing moment. It is. It is. As I told, it's a moment who show a picture of us we don't like. We would like to win every night. We prepare every game conscious that we can do it. Latvia is a 1.8 million people country. We played Brazil, 215 million, more or less. Okay? We don't care. We don't care. We fight, we compete, we are proud of our style, we are proud of our weakness, we are conscious of our liabilities. We need to play hard, we need to play together, and we need to play special. If we play ordinary basketball, we become, and I don't want to talk about the players we are missing, because as you understand, when you are a 1.8 million country, don't believe that everybody play basketball in Latvia. Here the national sport is ice hockey. Okay, so we don't have so many. I work for a very interesting squad. It's about 35 players that I monitor, that I follow, that I use. Can happen that other teams do better. Go to Olympic was something amazing. I would say for what we did the last years, and especially during World Cup, where we were the third European country in a World Cup. We finished fifth behind Serbia and Germany. We had only American teams in front of us, Canada and Canada and Serbia. Canada, I would say, probably for what we did there, we deserve a ticket for Olympics, but that's the rule. We knew in advance. It's 1 year. You arrive here, you don't know which shape. There are players who arrive here right after their league, their season was very long, very stressful. In my case, 82 official games. I don't know how many, but Rodi Kuruks and Roland Smits, they joined the team just a few days before the beginning of this tournament. You know, it's a very unique. Playing home helps, but play home create also sort of, let's say, pressure, obligation, emotional engagement, something we have to learn, the way to handle, to face, as the perceivement. Latvia is not perceived by opponent like before. You saw how Brazil approached this game. They knew they are playing against the top team. And I'm proud of this. To beat us, they have to play their best basketball, and they're amazing. I don't know, honestly, if at Olympics, they will have 9 3-points in a row. I wish them. They are good people. I wish them to shoot the ball like this every time. To close eyes, throw the ball, hit the glass and score. Or do the basket that Caboclo did at the end of the first period. Maybe. Maybe he practiced this every single day. I don't know. But I wish them to do it. But I know that to beat Latvia, they have to play their best basketball. Okay? Still, I trust these guys. And the country proved. Because if they sold out the arena in few hours after the game, means that the people here are going through wins and losses. They are proud of these guys. They are proud of this team. And they know that can happen. This is part of sport. I believe they will continue to be a role model in a way they behave. They are healthy people. You go in a locker room and you smell, you breathe the values of a certain people. I'm very honored to, in some way, represent them, despite I'm not Latvian, and this is not my country. But what I see here every single day, for me, is a lesson. And they will be, but not only players, every single person in this country, for me, is a model, is a role model. I like the way they approach me. I like the way they approach everything, the respect they have for my job, the respect they have for my person. And I believe those guys, they will continue, no matter of the wins or losses, to be point of reference, especially in a sports community, as many other athletes in Latvia. Because I had the possibility to meet people from track and field, from football, from ice hockey, different sports, and believe me, they are special.
Any other questions? Just take the one more.
Hey, Coach, in your initial statement, you already mentioned energy. Their center, Cristiano Feliciu, told me this morning that they will have to match our energy. But to me, it seemed vice versa.
They exaggerate.
Sorry?
They don't match. They overcome our energy. They exaggerate.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I was going to ask
That's
the reasons for
sorry
that.
For
the
my
reasons for that.
bad humor. Yes.
What were the reasons for that? Because I mean, we were playing at home. They only had 3 hours more to rest.
Yes, of course. We play home, that help. It create a lot of expectation. But then you are pretty experienced to see, and you know basketball. You see the level of their size, physicality. You try to compete, but what we did, for example, yesterday against the 12 incredible athletes like Cameroon, winning the battle of rebound, keeping them at less than 60 points, it costs energy, okay? We try every single night, but you see, they play with the 4 players more than 2 meters. At some point, they were grabbing rebound with the guards. We try to play Huertas with Rodi Kuruks. That exposed Dairis and Artur in some kind of mismatches. Under the basket, Caboclo, Diaz, everybody was capable to take advantage of their size. And also the way they play defensively. They put a lot of energy. Referees choose a direction, choose a criteria. They allow certain level of contact. We really struggle. They played very physical. They play very intense. Of course, crowd help, give good vibes. But then on the court, athletes fight and compete. And tonight, Brazil was better.
Okay, we'll take the 2 questions at the front, and then we'll wrap it up. There you go.
Coach, first of all, I'd like to thank your sportsmanship for all you said about our team. I just want to ask you, how is playing serving for a country that are so beloved about basketball, since you are a mastermind of the sport and one of the great guys that we have here, creating systems that are so joyful to watch. So I'd like to see, as a foreigner, how is to play for a community that cares so much and shows so much love about the sport.
Yeah. It's nice, it's exciting. When I arrived here, the first I did, I tried to study what was the Latvian basketball. And I interview many people in the community, players, ex-players, coaches, ex-coaches, agents, and managers. Everybody was around basketball to catch as many information as possible, because I really would like to create a system who can represent in some way the style of Latvian basketball. It's an honor, it's also a responsibility. Especially as a foreigner, you feel the obligation. It's important for everybody. Of course, they are honored and responsible to represent their country, their colors, their flag, But as a foreigner, it's even more difficult, because every single moment, every single day, you need to prove that you are worthy of such an opportunity. I'm very honored, but on the other hand, also I feel that every single day I have to step up and do something more and something better to deserve such a position, because when we talk about a country like Latvia, basketball is very important. You felt in the last days, and this is a kind of general, let's say, warm-up before Eurobasket. And for what I heard, everything was kind of perfect. Organization, and nobody complained. They say that it's amazing, but I was sure about it. They are so sharp, they are so, good, well organized, and so demanding. I was pretty sure that was okay. But of course, Eurobasket will be 10 times more, But as a foreigner, I would say it's a very demanding position, but also very exciting.
Okay, the last question.
Hello, coach. As the number 6 ranked team in the world, you didn't make the Olympics. And similar to you guys, a lot of really great teams won't make it to the Olympics. Throughout the years, FIBA underwent a lot of changes, changing the schedule, adding extra teams both in the Eurobasket more than a decade ago and both in the World Cup. That allowed a lot of countries just like Latvia for their basketball to blossom throughout all these years. Would you think the Olympics should increase the number of participants and allow more countries in to experience that thrill and excitement of Olympic basketball? Or should they keep the same system of just only 12 teams going there?
It's a good question. I understand your opinion, and I totally agree that actually that tournament is too selective. If I compare with, let's say, the tendency, for example, of the way FIBA is organizing basketball events. I agree. It's, we expect from Olympics to create as much as exposure possible. As you said, we see, before, when we were talking about this disappointing moment not to qualify after a final with Brazil of the Olympics, you see how many teams, especially in Europe, that actually is probably the country, the continent who suffered the most the limit number of teams. And you see incredible teams. Tonight, the one between Croatia and Greece will be out, And there are other big teams like Lithuania, like Spain, who still are in action, wishing to qualify for Olympics. And there are other amazing, powerful countries like Turkey, Italy, Argentina, but I talk only about the European, just to understand how many countries are not in Olympics. I think it's something maybe they can consider. I don't know if, for example, FIBA needs to combine together with the Olympic Committee to find a way to expand the number of the countries, because honestly, I believe Olympics, it's something who can contribute to spread basketball in a wider platform that only 12 teams. Prego.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Thank you, everybody, and we'll wrap it up there. Thanks.
Thank you.